She's my miracle child. So how does your miracle child get cancer? How does that happen?
There was a mass, basically a tennis ball sized tumor that basically the brain. We were then rushed over to our local children's hospital, and that's when they told us that he had cancer. Couldn't believe that something that big was inside his little head. And everybody always says the worst sentence in the world is you have cancer, and it's not. The worst sentence in the world is your child has cancer. Our colleges reached out to St. Jude.
St. Jude knew exactly what was happening. They already had a clinical trial going on. The discoveries that St. Jude makes are shared freely around the world. What was important to me was knowing that anything that we did would help future kids, because no child should have cancer ever. We never got to go from St. Jude, ever, nor will we ever.
Thanks to generous donors like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Nobody expects a child to get diagnosed with cancer, but then when they are, you are so grateful that there's a place like St. Jude. We were just treated from the very beginning like family. I think it's the most worthwhile place to put your money when it comes to childhood cancer.
Join with your debit or credit card right now, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt that you can proudly wear to show your support.
Well, we're St. Jude and people who donate and give money. I wouldn't have my boy.
Taxes is feeling unlucky. Now Taxes is an open door to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts. They do your taxes, so you can walk out with confidence. Now this is Taxes.
Well, here we are. Or here I am, anyway. So, I'm drawing this little thing here. This is going to be finished at some other time. Maybe I'll start finishing it tonight. But in the meantime, I'm going to do this little art tutorial from ArtWad. So I'm just going to go through this blog that ArtWad promoted on YouTube, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I'll do that. So here we go. We're going to look at this and read it and do what it says. So, abstract painting techniques to express creativity. Abstract doesn't mean pointless. In fact, most artists who feel stuck are skipping exactly this step. Learning to think in shapes and values before details. Whether you're designing characters, environments, or illustrations, strong shape language is what makes your work readable and intentional. This exercise isn't about making something pretty, it's about changing how you see. I beg to differ. I have a feeling that something swell is going to come of this. Because I have a, how do you say, I have a more positive outlook on this kind of thing than even ArtWad professes. So anyway, the next thing it says here is take your time, stay loose, and trust the process. Okay, so I'm going to learn a thing or two apparently. Or maybe I'll just go over things that I've previously learned, and there's so much to learn. It's hard to keep it all in the skull. Anyway, let's continue. So what does it say? So step 1, start by drawing 9 simple shapes. Keep them abstract and avoid details. Create 3 shapes using a rectangular shape language. Stable, solid, and grounded. Okay, I see where this is going. 3 shapes using a triangular shape. 3 shapes using a round shape. Well, round shape language, triangular shape language, and rectangular shape language. In other words, shape language. So here we go. Let's just begin. Let's use my pencil, and we'll do these. I could cheat and use these tools, but I think I'll just go ahead and do it freehand for now. So 3 shapes. So obviously we have the let's put this on my sketch layer, the ever famous square. Maybe I'll make this pencil bigger so that everybody can see it. Now, I don't want to fuss too much over the perfection of these things. And let's do something really different. And then we'll do some triangular shapes. I'm not sure. Oh, we got ads coming up here. We don't want that. Goodbye. Now, what the rest of this tutorial is going to suggest. Let's do a long one. So I'm doing this very random as it's suggesting, and then some round, 3 round. So this will be sort of round. This will be, how about a perfect circle? Circles are very difficult. Come on, circle. That's good enough. And how about, ellipses. All right. Now it says to do that. Think about the personality each shape language suggests. These shapes will become your building blocks. Well, isn't that wonderful? Let's go even deeper on here, and let's go to my pens, and we'll get the micron, the virtual micron, and we'll use an 8. And we'll, whoops. Let me put that back. Oh, let's, whoops. Oh, we lost the, look at that. We lost our, go back to the pencil. Pen. You know, this isn't supposed to be the most exciting thing, so 8, huh? Let's get our stabilization going for this circle. Circle. It's okay. Here. Slower. It's actually much harder to make a straight line. Okay, that's good enough for me. Uh-oh, what's going on now? Nothing is going on. Of digital workflow allows us to just get rid of that. First part of the exercise is done. Whoops. Oh, okay. I thought I got rid of... I said whoops because I thought I got rid of this, but this is in a different folder. So everything I'm doing here is in this folder, here, work folder, and Big Giant Snake is a whole different composition inside of a different folder. Why you need to know that? Well, you don't. I need to know that. Alright, so I've done that, and look at that, there's a bunch of stuff. Okay, so what does it say to do next after you've established the fact that these are going to be the building blocks? Building blocks. See that there? I'm referring to this window up here that you can see up here in this general area up here. Can you see what I'm pointing at? I don't have a pointer. All I've got is this, my pen. Okay, anyway, up there in the right-hand corner, that's what I'm reading, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm talking to myself incessantly, which is really having a great impact on my actual attention. But that's what we're going with for now. So, and of course, since there's nobody here, maybe I should just be quiet and focus on the lesson. But I don't know. I'm just pretending that that what I do is important enough to people. Okay, so what's this say next? What's going on here? Try the drawing editors. Huh? Oh, try the Artwad drawing editor. Okay, so that's sort of like an ad. Oh, really? Awesome. Huh, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. I tell you. Undo, what's this thing? You can always switch back to another pressure mode by changing the toggle here. Okay, well that's all fine and dandy, but I think we'll just skip the Artwad drawing editor and go on to this next thing, which is step 2. Create value compositions with rectangular shapes. Okay, so we're going to use strictly rectangular shapes. Using only 3 rectangular shapes, create 2 different value compositions. So, that's simple enough. I understand the concept here. Let's do what it says. So I'm going to take this and put it aside. Okay. And now I'm going to, I guess I'll do the same way I did it before. Change the size of the shapes, rotate them, repeat the same shape multiple times. Focus on how the values interact. Look for balance, contrast, and clarity rather than complexity. Of course. So, let's say we have one rectangle here. And let's make it longer. That's a rectangle. Now here's another rectangle. And here is another another rectangle. And here will be another rectangle. So that's a composition, conceptually anyway. So now, with three basic values. So there are only supposed to be three basic values. So let's, three, right? Use only three rectangular shapes, different value compositions. Okay. So let's go here and let's use, I don't know, let's just try this middle value. That's the pencil. I want to use this. Okay, it says only use your three. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. Wants me to just use the three. So, one thing that's gonna happen. Oh, don't do that. Don't want to do that. Get the stabilization off. Alright, now, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but what I will do is I will do this again. First off, put this aside. That's the first one. It's not very interesting. Let's try something a little different. Let's do it this way. Let's get a dark. Let's do this. We'll go with this rectangle tool, right? And we'll make this like this. Okay. And then I'm going to make a new layer. Oh, I know what to do. All right. This and this go on the done layer. Cut and paste. Take that layer, put it on the done layer. It's all done. We're not going to do anything more with that. So we'll go back to our work layer, and then we'll put that on the temp layer, and now we'll do another shape on the work layer, and that shape is going to be a lighter value, and it's going to be here. Oh, that's not my shape tool. Here it is. Okay, so we got that. And then with an even lighter value, we'll put aspect types. We'll make a perfect square. Whoops, that's not a perfect square. What's happening? I don't know how I know how this got changed. One of the funny things about Clip Studio Paint is if you, well, never mind. It's not important. I'm gonna put that over here. No, I'm gonna put that here, like this. Maybe I should. Okay, this is gotta go down, and so we'll do the square here, and then we'll move it over here, right on the edge, and then we'll grab, and then the big question is, should we do darker or lighter? Darker. So that's down, and now my tool, my square, I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna do this like this. Well, that's the same color as that. Well, that's okay. That's what we want, because what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do skew. Position. Okay, so what is that? Well, I don't really know, but it is what it is. We'll put it all the way on the done layer. Grab it. Go to the done layer. What I want to do now is take this idea and do it freehand. So we're going to start with this color, and we're going, we gonna do this, and we are gonna do that. So I'll just take my Micron pen, and since I am not pretending to draw with a Micron pen, I'll just use the brush tool, the hard brush, and I'm gonna draw this completely freehand.
That feeling you get when you're getting an incredible deal.
Now, next, let's see, I'm gonna do it the exact same color, and so image, current layer, and the current layer is the done layer. I'm gonna grab that, back to the work layer. See, this is very tedious. You have to make sure you're doing it on the right layer. You have to make sure you've done everything right, blah, 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 blah. You gotta set your tool every time you use it, which is kind of a pain, but it's also kind of, it's really interesting that all of these tools are virtual and that you've got an entire art store right here in Clip Studio Paint, which means you've got endless possibilities and endless options, and you have to be aware of those options as you go, and it slows the whole process down, and you have to be okay with that. The process should be slow. It should not be fast. I'm telling you this, but I'm definitely telling myself this. Used the wrong shortcut key. So now let's go with what I chose here. And so that was a square, and it's right on the edge. Whoop. Now, very shaky. What have I got for stabilization? Let's get a little stabilization going there. Oops. Oh yeah. Oops. Okay. Come on. Put that there. Oh, wait a minute. So how did this happen? We're gonna, let's go all the way back. I need to figure out what happened here. This is on that layer, and if I go and use my eyedropper tool, my color picker tool, no, I'm going to use my fill tool, and my fill tool is set to scale. And when I do this, oops, that's the wrong color. It just never ends, does it, folks? Let's use the color picker. Make sure it's set for, oh, it's defaulting to current. No, current layer is what I want. Show, yeah. Alright, so we want this. I want to fill it, and it's doing that. All right. Now, see, so now I'm off. I'm not doing the tutorial now. Now I'm exploring Clip Studio Paint and why it's doing this. It's overlapping, and it shouldn't be. It should blend perfectly. So let's see what's going on with our. Yeah, it's literally. Why is it doing that? Blending mode is set to multiply. Blending mode. Oh, I'm using the wrong fill tool. Okay. I'm using this fill multiply. I don't want that. So let's undo that. Make sure we're using the right tool. So I got my hotkey set, but it doesn't actually, it goes to my general fill tool. Anyway, this time it'll work. I can turn my texture back on, zoom back out, and fill this bad boy. All right. Now I'm going to use my color picker tool again to pick. Oh. If I were to explain every little thing that I'm doing to nobody, it just seems weird. But sitting here doing these exercises and these tutorials and just drawing in general and not paying attention to the fact that I'm live streaming defeats the purpose of even live streaming. So I have to decide whether or not I'm going to do this live streaming thing. So what I need to do here is grab my color picker. I'm holding my hotkey down. I'm making sure that I'm set on image because I want to use this texture. I want that there. But if you use the color picker at its default, it'll pick it's not doing it. Oh, and the reasons it's not doing it. Why is it not doing it? Pick displayed colors. Oh, pick from layer. Exclude locked layers. Oh. Got it. I've got it set for exclude locked layers. If this layer was not locked, this layer here, then it would go and see how it's changing because it's picking up all that stuff. But I locked this and set the color picker tool to exclude lock layers. Pardon me. And so now I've got what I want. Good. Isn't that great that I've got what I want? I got what I want. Now, where am I here? I didn't want to pick that. I wanted to pick this up. Yes. Go to my done layer, my work layer, right? This has to be down here. And now, I think I picked right, I want this color here. Okay, again, I'm going to do something specific, which is to make this right here on the same thing. I want to make sure it's pretty much square. While we're at it, let's just find out. Let's use the selection tool. Now it's locked to be a perfect square. No, it's not locked to be a perfect square. Because for now, let's lock it to be square, 1 to 1. And we're gonna find out how good I am at making squares freehand. Pretty damn good, I must say. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I'm going to drop this, and then we're going to finish off this little exercise. Now, so now we'll put that all on the temp layer. Now let's put it on the done layer. And now you can't see what's happening, but I'm dropping things down to the done layer. I use this setup: work, temp, done. So if I'm working on something, that's the work layer. If I don't want to commit to something, I'm just using it, temp, and then, but all of that has to end up on the done layer. Everything is on that layer. So now I'm going to just unlock the aspect type so I can select this. Going to shrink it down a little bit, move it over here. And what I've demonstrated here is that the difference between this one and this one is, this is freehand and this one is shape tools. So Oh, I see. Density, yeah, I want this. All right. So what have we learned? Hey, what's going on? There's a person talking to me. It's called Electroid Lurks. What are you making? What I am doing is, if you can see in the right-hand corner, there's an art tutorial thing called ArtWad. If you're into drawing and stuff, you might have heard of him. I can't remember his name offhand, but anyway, he's just he promoted he promoted this, and I'm just fiddling with that. Now, the other thing I'm doing is, maybe tonight, maybe not, I will get back to this drawing here. I may or may not do that tonight. I'm just basically playing with Clip Studio Paint according to some fundamental exercises by ArtWad. That's what I'm doing. Aren't you glad you asked? Okay, so and I'm kind of like, I'm like looking at this tutorial, this blog post, and I'm just kind of exploring it and going with it. I hope that explains what I'm doing. Basically nothing much. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for, asking, because, that's why I'm live streaming, to kind of build my tribe or find people, like-minded people, or whatever it is I'm trying to do on here. All right, so now, and I really haven't figured out what it is that I'm, like, what's my live streaming style going to be? Am I going to yap and yap and yap, or am I just going to work? Because I understand that it's very difficult to tell what I'm doing. But the more I talk, the less actual work I get done. So it's all very up in the air right now, what it is that I'm actually trying to accomplish here. And I'm also skipping commercials that come in and interrupt my ambient music. Electroid Lurks, if you wouldn't mind, can you just give me a mic check? Am I too loud? Am I not loud enough? I mean, that would be nice if you just give me a little heads up on that. Here I am talking very quietly. According to my levels, you can hear that perfectly clear. And if I go like this, whoa, there it is. Okay, so I gotta adjust that. I gotta adjust. I have to adjust my, let's see, what is it? My filters and the gain, the limiter, the threshold needs to come down. Bring it down to 7. Let's see if this time, yeah, that limiter should work a little bit better. I'm gonna adjust it just a little bit more. That's the limiter. I'll bring it down to 10, 1050. All right. That ought to be better. Now I won't smash your eardrums. I don't know, it went red. All right, anyway, back to what he's telling me I should do. Okay, so then he wants me to do the triangle things. So, yeah. I don't know, for now I guess I'm just gonna be quiet and try to get another thing done. You know what, another thing that I think this tutorial is suggesting, go to my done layer. And we're going to create a picture plane first. And we'll do that with this light color, and I think I'm going to go freehand from now on. Stick with that. That's the best way to do it. Oh, he also, let's see. So let's create a different composition with the rectangle tools before we leave rectangles. Because I'm sure that at the end they're going to say, now combine them all to make different shapes. And you know, I really want, oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we're gonna do one more rectangle thing, just because. Let's see if we can make something even more interesting. Yes, I know what to do. Let's not worry about perfection. How do you not worry about perfection? All right, so let's take let's do some squares. I suppose I should just work on one. Well, the reason I'm not going to work on one layer. Oops. White. Well, not 100% white. Now, there's an obvious thing that could happen here. I don't like commercials. then let's smaller on this. So this is what everything got put on the done layer, that's fine. I'll do now is try to do something a little bit more closer to what they're doing in the tutorial. So let me start with a gray. Correctly. This is there, it should be down there. Now we can do this. And then
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
why choose advertisements? Because you're listening to copyright-free sounds. Whoops. Whatever F does. Mm-mm. So, now that we've played with that a little while, let me double check my... There it is. Make sure I still have it so I don't lose it. There's the post. Okay, now what I'm going to do, now I'm going to go silent. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna mute this. No, I did not mute my mic. The mic is live. Let's see. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go 30 minutes here while I sketch some more. Try to figure out just what exactly I'm gonna do with this snake. Let's see now. So okay, and the other thing I'm going to do is listen to something that you can't hear. Whoops. Oh, Hold it, hold it, hold it. You can hear it. I'm going to fix it so that it can't be heard. And it'll just be me and this and my drawing. And you can try to get my attention in the chat if you like, but this is about me drawing. For 30 minutes, and then that's going to be the end of the live stream. Oh, just checking my mic, make sure that things are set properly. Oh, is that this is going to disappear. I have to remember that I'm playing with my virtual art studio, i.e. Clip Studio Paint, and I'm also running my own little television studio. And right now, I don't want this window up. So this would be the bottom. Right, so this is going to have to be much wider. Oh, I just don't know. Okay, I see what the problem is. Got it. I see what I'm doing wrong. This is going to be faced. Let's just go with it like this. So now I'm going to use a ruler to get these lines the way I really think they should be. Because I see something in here that you may or may not see. So let's get a ruler, not this ruler. Let's lock this layer. Now we're going to use a different layer, ruler. Curve ruler. We'll try spline. By click. I got snapping on, I don't want that. All layers, is there a snapping option for this? Correction, enable snapping, I want that visible. Disable snapping. Move control point. I'm going to add some control points. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, I got a little notification here. I'm gonna check that. Just a YouTube notification, no big deal. Now, back to this. Okay, so now done. Oh, I put the ruler on the sketch layer, which is fine. So I'll get my eraser. Okay, so now I don't care for the thickness. Okay, now. Oh. See. Okay. Now for the magic. Okay, so it's gonna be an hour. What time is it now? Oh. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stop. I'm gonna stop right about here. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, this is starting to look the way I want it to look. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Okay. So, that's gonna do it for this session. Save this, and I'm gonna sign off.